Now, I've got to go to CrossFit, but I did want to make sure I try to do this part two really quick before I throw my clothes on and go out the door. Now, for all the people that are going to come in, and maybe nobody will come in because I'm new to TikTok, but for anybody that's going to like watch this and start saying the things that they do to people like me who speak out about the patriarchy and against the patriarchy, I want you to really seriously ask yourself, right? Especially the cis hetero patriarchy. I want you to ask yourself, if you are not like those other men, what steps are you taking to dismantle the way that your group of people oppress everyone else? When you hear about people like Africa Bambaataa and Bill Cosby and R. Kelly and those other kinds of violent men and the sexual violence that they commit against people, do you speak out against that, or do you try to when it's with women, do you rationale and ask this typical lazy questions? What was she wearing? What did she do? Oh, you need more evidence. Do you do that? When you hear of, like, these Catholic priests, for instance, that commit these sexual acts against children, what are you doing to push back against that? When you hear that women are getting murdered by their male partners, or anyone for that matter is getting murdered by their cis hetero male partners or male family members, what are you doing to push back against that? Do you speak out against it? Have you created any actions to push back against it? Have you apologized to your community of women, your community of trans people, your community of gender non-conforming people, or anybody that is not part of that system that you are within? Do you push back against it? Do you try to do things that are different, that are substantially different, not just saying sorry and cowering in a corner, but substantially different to push back against that, right? When you hear that, a woman is being, anybody that's dealing with the cis hetero patriarchy is being violated in some way by the suppressive system, what are you doing to combat that? And when you hear women like me speak about how y'all are inherently violent and disgusting, do you sit back and really think and reflect and figure out the ways in which that you've done things that could be different? Or do you say shit like, oh, you sound bitter, who hurt you? Do you run to those regular tropes? Because that's also quite lazy, also quite toxic. I just want to know what y'all are doing different. Because if you can't tell me anything than insulting me and other people on the internet that speak out against you, then I think you're proving me right. And to any femme that wants to come in here and be a pick me, girl, pick up a little internet research